in the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the home of the PGA Tour, we're at TPC Sawgrass for live second-round coverage of the Sawgrass Invitational. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. Our leader is Tony Finau. He's at 6 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer, definitely in contention, just one shot back at the start of play. That one up the right side. Oh, that needed a kick, but that will end up in the short grass here to start things out. A good break got him here, now his second to the par 4.
Yeah, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
15 feet away. Just needed a little bit more, but he couldn't quite get it there. Safely in. It's a par here at the first. And he'll stay a couple of shots off the lead. But this second, a par 5.
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
Second hole, it's a par 5.
You'd think birdie or eagle off this tee, and we've seen a lot during the Players' Championship, but once again, you have to move that tee shot right to left, but be careful of those pines.
Another good tee shot for him to start the round as he gets another fairway here at the second. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Okay, not a bad lead. That's a good shot. 8 feet remaining here for birdie. Yeah, well done. It's a birdie here at the second. And after yesterday's 67, quickly to 1 under for his round here. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
The big ridge in the middle of this green, really you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, there's really not a lot to this one. Slight break from right to left, also slightly down the hill. Fancy his chances.
Nope. Nicely done. It is a par here at the third. And he's going to remain 1 shot off the pace. This is really a fun hole here at TPC Sawgrass. A lot of excitement, a lot of action. A short par 4. The fourth is only 384 yards. The trouble here on that second shot, you can see the water in front. If you're not accurate, you misjudge the distance, you can pay a stiff price. So tempting to go for it right, but that's a very smart layup. Going to leave a simple little wedge shot into this fourth green. A back right hole location here as he gets set for his second to the par 4. Oh, this is going to flirt with danger left.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
That's in. It is a good par here at number 4. And he'll remain one shot back. Fifth hole, good par 4, isn't it, Frank?
If ever a hole was built for Lee Trevino, who used to love to cut it, this would be the hole. It just looks and screams for a shot that's hit left to right. And that's the only way really to avoid bunkers, left and long, and that one that's all the way down the right side.
We've already seen some narrow landing areas on these first few holes. Number 5, no different, and that is really a good tee shot there. 177 is the distance here as he preps his second to the par 4. Well, not super close, but safely on the green. Look here at birdie.
Now, it would be tempting to leave this one short. You can worry so much about the break that you forget to hit it. Demands a firm stroke.
Yeah, that's not bad. He was hoping that would come down a little more, but that's a good effort. Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the 5th, and he'll remain at 6 under par. Frank, what do you think of the 6th? Pretty short par 4.
It is, but you come out of that sort of corridor and fairway opens up and then it narrows up, bunkers to be around. Very, very few people hit driver here.
That is into the rough, and there could be some definite palm tree danger over there between where that ball stopped and the green. Now, just caught it fat out of the rough. Never had a chance of reaching, and now it is time to regroup and try to escape with a par.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and he'll stay right where he is. 7th hole here at Sawgrass. Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole, but that fairway goes to the left and it comes back to the right, but they're all optical illusions.
And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. From the fairway, Iona, this is 2nd.
130 yards left to the flag. It's a nice round number, and the pin on the left portion of the green.
Oh, that's a good shot. But that ball does not spin back like that unless it's right out of the middle of that, grabbing those grooves.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. That one brushed in. It is a birdie here at 7. And he's going to move to 7 under par, 2 under on the day. Well, this par 3 will get your attention, no question about it. 237 yards. It's the longest par 3 here at TPC Sawgrass. And very simply, it requires a solid strike with a middle to long iron, maybe even a fairway wood. This is a hard hole. Okay, a little local knowledge there. He gets that ball to work back onto the green. And now a birdie putt coming up. This one measures out to 24 feet.
Well, that's a little suspect. It never really went as fast as I thought it would.
Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll stay at 7 under. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2, but you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
That one gonna split the middle, maybe get a little rollout as well. That is a good, solid tee shot.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Tough to control the golf ball out of the bunker. This is on the green, but with a lot of work left to be done. Yeah, that's a good putt. It's in for par here at the 9th, and that's going to make this a 2 under 34 for the front side. Similar to the first hole, the 10th is a relatively short par 4, 424 yards, but it requires accuracy and some strategy. You have to put your ball in the right place. A dog leg left, you have trees on the right, and don't forget about that big bunker on the left-hand side. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. So Iona, this his second from the fairway.
Yeah, he's in a good spot, 135 yards left. Wind coming from behind, so you'll need to be careful where you land it.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Yes, the touch. Excellent there from behind the green, and that one goes down for an unlikely birdie. Par 5 11th is 558 yards. Again, this is an opportunity if you want to take on the risk, and it is considerable. This is a chance to jumpstart the round, make an eagle, get a little momentum. But you have to be willing to potentially pay a price if it doesn't work out. Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway.
Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the greenside bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Now a 7-footer. Yes, good start to this backside. Back-to-back birdies here at 10 and 11. And he's worked it to 9 under par. Now to the short par 4 at 12. It was redesigned for the 2017 players. Certainly you can drive it, but there is some risk involved. And that's the way it should be for a par 4 this short. That water on the left is right up against the green. So players have to make a decision here.
Now, it's in the first cut. There's always a little bit more grass around the ball that has to be factored in.
Birdie putt now moving to his right. Now, that's a good opportunity, unfulfilled. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And it'll stay at -9. Hole number 13 here at Sawgrass, tricky 181-yard par 3.
You don't have to hit directly at this flag. When that flag's at the back there, you can use the contours. When it's on the left, once again, you can use the ridge in the middle of the green. Matter of fact, one of the hardest hole locations is when it's in the front right, because that's when you have to be perfect.
And that one just gets knocked down by the breeze, and it'll wind up short of the green. Now, from the apron, a second to the par 3. Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And he'll remain right where he is. All right, Frank, this one gets everybody's attention. 14th, 481 yards, par 4.
Yeah, it's not just the length of this hole. Water down the left, mounds to the right. This is it. You've got to buckle up here. Tee it up. This has to be your best swing.
This starting toward the right side. So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Not a big issue, though it is in the rough. Should have a go at this one. Second shot now, 14th hole. From the rough into the bunker or the frying pan into the fire, sometimes mistakes, they just have a way of compounding themselves. That is a good-looking pass out of the bunker right there. Got that to stop in a good place, leaving just a few feet for par. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll stay right where he is. 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass is a 470-yard par 4. Dogleg right will drive through an alley of trees and over water. This tee shot is not for the faint of heart. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Looking at 104 yards to the front, 116 to the hole. The pin is in the front right part of the green. This is the sand wedge. Has gotten a lot of this one, and it's going to be just a fraction long.
A birdie putt down to Iona.
Well, for a long putt like this, there's really not a whole lot to it. I think you'll fancy his chances at this one.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15. And this will remain a one-shot advantage. Frank, I think one of the things that fans love about this gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, each hole has that sort of hold-your-breath moment. Certainly 17, we know when that ball's in the air, you're holding your breath. Is it wet or dry? 16, same on that second shot. You're holding your breath wondering, where is it? Right in the water or left with a chance for 3?
That's why you don't want to get too sloppy on that tee shot. A lot of people look at 16 because there's a wide fairway and they think just get it down there. But the extra 10 or 15 yards, there's a little ridge down that left side. If you catch that, the ball will kick good 20 yards further forward. 20 yards is 2 clubs. I'd much rather go into 17 with a 4-iron than a 2-iron.
Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Okay, on the green, but it's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. Hang on. That's going to leave about 3 feet. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16, and the lead's going to remain 2. Well, now to the 17th, and it is always a fascinating struggle here between trust and fear, commitment and collapse. At the 17th, you're never really safe. 6-shot lead, you'd still watch the leader play the 17th. Well, that's one you don't see too often. That is all the way over the green and over the water and into the hospitality area beyond this 17th green. Now, that just did not look right from the start, and that ball is into the hazard. Okay, so add 1 to the total for the penalty stroke, and now he'll get ready to play his 4th to the par 3. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Yeah, that one on target, though it is in for double bogey. That'll drop him back down to 7 under. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
For a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Betting for his 2nd now from the right side of the fairway.
A little long, as we can see, and a little to the right, but it's still makeable if you hit a good one.
Just gonna sneak on by. Okay, a good putt, able to save par here at 18. That will be a second round score of 70, 2 under par. So an action-packed first 2 rounds and a packed leaderboard as well, with our featured golfer in a share of the lead after day 2.
So we can't separate them at this stage, but somebody, and I guarantee you somebody, will play lights out in the weekend, and that will be the difference.
So for Frank Nobilo, Nota Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.